Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be doing how to sound like Lil Skies on your Mac. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take you through the steps of how I got the sounds and what I did. I'm going to play a final version after. The first thing that we did before we start with the mixing was create 4 tracks. So I'm using Lust by Lil Skies as a demo. And yeah, so the first thing that you're going to do when you have your main track, so this is going to be your main track right here up top. What I did, these are the settings that I used personally because the compression on this, I had to compress it a lot because when I did it, I was singing very high at the high end of my range, so it was very up and down, up and down, up and down. So I had to compress it a lot. You can really experiment with what works for you. Your ratio is pretty much just if you put more ratio, it'll increase kind of compression almost. Your compression threshold increases the amount that it compresses, and then your gain is how loud it's going to be. And then your attack is how much transients in your voice. So if you have more, it's going to be more transients. So the less amount, up here, that's the least amount of transients. So once you do that, once you have your compressor, the next thing that's pretty important is going to be your EQ. So I'm just going to put this back to where this was. And once you hop into your EQ, what's gonna happen, if you don't know how I got here, there's a little button up here, that little dials, and then you scroll down, go to plugins, you're gonna go to your channel EQ, and what you're gonna do, this is what I'm using. I created a preset similar to this, but if you want to pause right here, take a screenshot, do whatever, this is the EQ that worked with the mic that I'm using. So it will all depend on what your mic is using, but if you want kind of a general good sound, you want something like this. If you want crispier, you can raise that up, or if you want more bass or boxy tones, you can put that, raise that bass up there. So once you do that, now once you sing that, I do have pitch correction and directional mixer on. So directional mixer you should find in imaging, I think. Yes, directional mixer, and I have it at 180 and 1.28 for that. And my platinum verb, it's my reverb. This is the settings that I'm using for that. So once I do that, what I did, I sung. What you want to do, you want to sing it again. But if you're singing this kind of high tone, go an octave lower. If you're doing this at Lil Skies' actual pitch. If you're doing it a full octave lower, then don't have this other thing. But what I did, I'm singing at Lil Skies' actual pitch, which is pretty high, and then I have this 1 octave lower, so I'm kind of just almost mumbling, but not really, just singing lower, softer, and just kind of you can get a bottom, a little bass just underneath. And then so what I did, I have the same settings for that, except I don't think anything's changed actually, except for my channel EQ. This is what it looks like. It looks like that. And my compressor actually, I think it's pretty similar. And then after that, what you're going to do, you're going to create 2 new tracks. Oh yeah, you want to put that pretty soft so you don't want to hear it, but then again, it's up to you how you want to experiment. So the other 2 things, I recorded myself doing an octave lower again, but except I did it more, I didn't really do it as soft and as mumbly. It was more so I can get almost just harmony, but not a harmony, it's an octave down. And what I did, you want to take one of those tracks and pan all the way to the left, one of them all the way to the right, and what it does, when you put your channel EQ, you want to really take out all the bass tones, so you kind of get just a little bit of mids and highs, and it widens the sound, it gives more layers, and it kind of gives the sound that I think Lil Skies tries to use in his songs, I think especially in the chorus of Lust, and I think nowadays uses it heavily as well. But I know his producer probably uses very, very expensive equipment and plugins and things like that, but this is just stock plugins on Garageband. So this is what I did to replicate that sound. So once you do that, this is the same thing. So you have your 2 tracks here, and then you have this track here. And once you do that, it's nothing really different about the way that you want to sound. I mean, if you want to hear and try to replicate a little bit of sound, that works, but this is how you can sound like him through your producing and mixing. So thank you guys for watching, thank you guys for listening, and I hope you guys have a great day. Peace.
Not a lot of love, rolling in the coupe and she was rolling after drugs. Looking for the one girl, you know that I'm the plug. I be put it up, but the shooter's in the truck. Hey, and bros can keep it in his tuck. Here to talking about it, but he never running up. Put this shit in motion, so I'm never staying stuck. Don't be acting starstruck every time they show you light.